There was once a king who had an only daughter who had always been ill, but no doctor had ever been able to cure her. She was so ill she was covered in horrible green stripes and thought she was a deck chair. Once, when the king had folded her up for the night and gone to bed, he dreamt that his daughter would get well by eating an apple. So he proclaimed, "Right, whoever brings an apple that will make the princess better can marry her and become the king instead of me." Well, a farmer who had 3 sons heard this and said to the oldest, "Right, go out into the garden, eldest, grab a basket of apples, get round to the king's palace pretty sharpish, and give the apples to the princess, and you'll be king." "Easy peasy," said the eldest, and he went off with a big basket of apples. And on the way he met an ugly, dirty little man. "Get out of my way, you ugly, dirty little man." "Oh, certainly, sir," said the man. "But would you mind telling me what you have in that basket?" "If you must know, you little bogey, it's full of slimy toad legs." "Thank you," said the little man. "If you say so, so it shall be." So he went on his way. Well, the eldest son arrived at the palace and boasted, "I've got the apples here, Mr. King, so give them to the princess and I'll try on the crown now if you like. Hey, do you want a hand with your packing?" But the king opened the basket and it was full of slimy toad's legs, moving around and was still kicking about and jumping around. "Here, what's that? I suppose you think that's funny?" said the king. "How dare you!" And he chased the eldest son out of the palace with a stick. Boom, bang, boom, bang, snap. Oh, poke, poke, poke. So the farmer sent his middle son instead. "Hey, you middle son, whatever your name is, you take a basket all the way to the palace and make sure you come back as the king." But on the way, the same thing happened to the middle son. "Oh, hello, and what's in your basket?" "If you must know, you little dog poo, it's full of pigs' noses." "Oh, if you say so, so it shall be." And when the middle son opened his basket in front of the king, it was full of hairy pigs' noses, still sniffing and snorting. "Not funny! Not funny!" screamed the king, and he bit the middle son so hard that he had to run home with the king's false teeth still stuck in his bottom. The farmer couldn't believe that the middle son hadn't got to be king either. "Well, that's it then. No kings in the family. I'm so disappointed I could burp." And he did. But the youngest son, who the farmer kept in the dustbin because he didn't like it much, said, "Oh, father, let me take some apples for the princess." "Yo," said the farmer. "But you're so hideously ugly. Why do you think we keep you in a dustbin? Even if you did cure the princess, she wouldn't marry you, hideous." That's what they called him, hideous. But Hideous wouldn't stop asking, "Oh, why not? Oh, why not? Why not? Well, I mean, why not, Dad? I mean, Dad, I mean, well, why not, Dad? I mean, come on, Dad. I mean, why not me? Why not? Oh, come on, Dad. Why not? Oh, why not? Oh, for crying out loud. Go on, then. Just see what the princess says when she sees someone like you cure her, giving her apples. She'll get even more of you and turn into a whole set of deck chairs and picnic tables to match." But Hideous didn't care what anyone said. He was so excited he danced around all night singing, "I'm going to marry a princess, I'm going to marry a princess," and all sorts of things like that. "Yeah, I'm going to marry a princess." "Oh, give over," said the farmer. "Just get on with it." And so Hideous danced all the way to the palace. And when he was almost there, the dirty old man stepped out. "Hello, similarly ugly person. How are you?"
"Well, I'm very well. Could you tell me what's in your basket?"
"Well, certainly. I have some apples in here to cure the princess of her illness."
"Oh, as you say, so it shall be,"
said the man, and he ran off. When Hideous bumped on the palace door, the posh butler said, "Oh, get out of here. We've had toad legs and pig noses. We're not having anything else in baskets anymore, so clear off with what you've got." "You have to believe me. These are the apples that will cure the princess." "Oh, all right, let him in, Colin," said the king, "but this is the last time." "Right, you stand there and don't open the basket till I say so. I don't want something horrible leaping out at me." The king climbed up on a chair on the other side of the room and hid behind some bishops, while Hideous tipped beautiful golden apples out onto the floor. "You can come out now," said the bishops. "It's only apples." I know, I wasn't really scared," said the king, and ran to give the apples to the princess, who was out on the beach with an old lady sitting on her, and in a matter of seconds the princess was completely unstripy and well again. The king was very happy that she was cured, but he liked being king, and he didn't really want to give his crown to someone else. "Can I be king now?" said Hideous. No," said the king. "Not quite. You see, before you be king, you got to get over. You got to. What's that really dangerous? Oh, I know. You want to get me a feather from the Griffin's tail." Fine, fair enough," said Hideous. "It's not fine," said the princess. "The Griffin lives thousands of miles away. It's a huge bird with lion's claws, and it likes to eat people. It's too dangerous." "I think I preferred you when you was a deck chair," said the king. "Well, I'm better now," said the princess, "and I can speak for myself. I love this kind-hearted young man, and I want to marry him, even if he is ugly and hideous." "How do you know my name?" said Hideous. Oi, I'm the king here, so go and get me a feather, all right?" So off went Hideous. He walked for a while, and then he ran for a while, because he had a long way to go, and arrived at a lake, hundreds of miles wide, and instead of a ferry boat to take people across there, it was a tall man, as tall as 36 beanpoles standing on top of the Eiffel Tower, and the tall man had to carry everybody across. "Hello, shorty," said ugly Hideous. "Oh, tee-hee, everyone does that joke. So where you going then, handsome?" I'm off to see the Griffin." "The Griffin knows everything, so ask him why I have to carry everyone across the lake all the time." "Why, certainly," said Hideous, as he reached the other side of the lake and saw the Griffin's house. He knocked on the door, and a Griffin answered. Good evening, Griffin." "Oh, don't dare, oh God, no, God bless you, dear. I am not the Griffin, I'm the Griffin's wife. I'm lucky for you too, because if it were my husband and he saw you, he'd have eaten you up. I tried to stop him, but that's the way he is with humans." "Oh no, that's a shame," said Hideous. "I've got to get a feather from his tail and find something out."
Well, no. I tell you what, Chucklebum, you hide under the bed, and when he's asleep, you can pull out one of his feathers. As for finding out something, I think you better let me do that."
No sooner was Hideous hid than the Griffin came grilling in.
"I can smell a human being." "Oh, yes, that's right, love. There was one here today, but I soon sent him away." "Good. I don't want any in this house," said the Griffin, and went straight to sleep.
When he heard the Griffin snoring, Hideous reached out and pulled the feather from his tail. The Griffin woke up instantly.
"Ah, me body! Mrs. Griffin, I smell a human, and someone was pulling at my tail." "Oh, you've been dreaming, Blossom," said his wife. "I told you before there was a human here today, but he went off again." Well, he was a pretty strange human, saying all kinds of strange things. He said there's some tall fella who has to carry people across the lake and he doesn't know why he's doing it. All humans are as stupid as bat poo, said the Griffin. All the tall man has to do is drop one of the persons, whee, splash, into the lake, and no one will ask him to carry them across again. Anyway, wife, I've had enough sleep. I'm going out again. Goodbye.
And as the Griffin left, Hideous crept out behind him.
Dreadful, isn't he? Said Mrs. Griffin. But he makes me laugh. Here, have all of his money. Now run on quickly. Mwah.
Hideous ran to the lake, and when he had been carried safely across, he told the tall man what the Griffin had said. Oh, that's fantastic news. So I just dropped the next person I carry right in the lake. Here, I don't suppose you fancy another trip across the lake, eh? No thanks, said Hideous, and he carried on running until he was back at the palace. The king was furious when he saw Hideous arrive back safely with his hands full of money and the beautiful golden feather from the Griffin stuck in his hat. Oh, yeah, hello. I see you got the feather then. Where'd you get all that money from? I got it from the Griffin, Hideous explained. The Griffin gives anyone whatever they want. Cool, blimey, is that a fact? I'll go see the Griffin myself then, said the king. And with a hop and a heave, he arrived at the lake, where the tall man was waiting for someone to come along. And as the king was the first person to come along, the tall man drops him into the middle of the lake and went off to become a drain pipe, which is what he always wanted to do. And the king sank back to the bottom of the lake and had to be a servant to the fishes forevermore. And so it was that things ended happily for Hideous. He was married to the princess, and although he was the ugliest king there ever was, everyone agreed that he was the nicest. Not like me.